All the players came from far and wide. How y'all doing, man? It's an extremely weird way to start the show, but I'm by myself, so gotta make it fun for me too. Savage AF, this is a Dro solo edition. I'm your boy Black Pedro. Shang will be back here tomorrow, man. Don't trip. You know what it is, man. Forget your feelings. Facts matter. Okay. That's what we deal with here. Sometimes feelings, but mostly facts. Live, YouTube, Facebook, Monday through Friday, 3 p.m. Pacific Standard Time. If you ever miss us live, I want you to take your foot and apply it to the back of your head. That's right. Kick yourself. I want you to do that. And then when your head recovers, I need you to go to the, you see it right here? You see it right there? Follow that. Oh, wait, here come another one. But anyways, that's the YouTube page. We have all these shows archived there. So then you won't have to kick yourself in the back of the head as much. Now, listen, guys, when you go there, some very simple things you can do. You can do this. So easy. All you're doing is just clicking on the subscribe button and then hitting the bell for notifications so that you know when we're on. And then also, as you go through videos in the archives, because we use our archives. Okay, some presidents don't. That's it, man. Just give us a thumbs up when you're watching the videos, when you're watching the content. We appreciate that, man. You know, it's refreshing. Thumbs up, baby. Get you right every time. All right, man. Also, keep in mind that we are on Facebook. That's the YouTube side of it. But for some of y'all watch on Facebook, and I see people building in the building right now. So keep building. You know what it is. But Facebook on our fan page, it's Savage A.F. Okay, 2 dots. A.F. I also realized that on Joe Solo Editions, cheers to everybody, it's harder for me to drink and smoke and stuff like that, because then there's just these pauses, tequila. But whatever, it's worth it for me. So fuck it. You know what it is, man. Savage A.F. on Facebook. Make sure you get us there. Subscribe to the page. We appreciate that. And then, most importantly, it's sort of the lifeline of any entertainer at this point. But right here on the IG, man, you see it right there in the corner. It's not moving. It's staying right there for you. You know what I'm saying? Not going nowhere. But make sure you get us on the IG. When I say us, there's usually 2 of us. Comedian Shang. Okay, SHANG. Comedian Shang on the IG, for those who don't have time to say Instagram or IG. On the IG. Also on the IG at Black Pedro. You know what it is, man. Just a little business to get out of the way. What else is going on? Oh yeah, man. I almost forgot. Friday and Saturday this week, the 30th and September 30th and October 1st. Look into my eyes. Tell me what you see. I know I look like a hypnotist, and Shang looks like a bodyguard for NWA, but the 3 of us, no matter what, will be, the 2 of us will be at 3E's Comedy Club in Colorado Springs, Colorado. We're doing things in the spring with Shang. Can you hang? Again, that's September 30th, October 1st. 4 shows, 2 shows each night. So if you are in the Colorado Springs area, hey, come on up. that being said, man, Drill Solo Edition, I'm gonna get into it, man, because you know, it's only so much blibber blabber I could do by myself. Um, no popping today, no shame. I mean, I'm here. I'm popped in. I'm fully popped in. Okay, nigga can't pop in more than this. Okay, so this is what's popping. Is me today. Let's get my light right. All right. So we're gonna end today with a remarkable story. And if you're watching the news, there's really only one story kind of dominating the headlines right now, and we'll start with that. But we're gonna end with oh, wait a minute, I didn't even shout out everybody who's here. I didn't even do it properly, man. I thank y'all for being here. Maya Baker, Nicole H, I appreciate you. Damani, I see y'all, man. Thank you guys for being here. Keep watching. Ev Gatlin, I see you as well. Let's do this, y'all. Class shall begin. It is Wednesday, September 28th, 2022 in the time-space continuum. Okay. We're going to end today's show AEROSPACE to AEROSMITH to AEROSPACE. I don't want to close my eyes. Now it's down. I'm not a big karaoke guy, whatever. But NASA has actually pulled off some Armageddon shit. If y'all remember the movie from the 90s, totally implausible, seemingly impossible storyline. NASA, they did that shit. Let's talk about it. But and that was all to avert a natural disaster, an ELE event, extinction level event. But another natural disaster is going on and dominating the headlines right now. Run, Florida, run! A historic hurricane has hit America's penis. That's what Florida kind of looks like. Sorry. You know what it is, Rain of Love. I see you. Let's go. But here it is, man. So you have a category 4 hurricane. I'm looking at it in the background here. Hurricane Ian. Shout out to one of my favorite cousins in the world, man, Ian. But also he's got a hurricane named after him right now. I had to hit up the homies in Tampa. I got a couple of homies who live in Tampa. Had to hit them up like, hey, man, if y'all need to crash out here in LA, come through. Just don't bring none of that country swamp shit with you, okay? You in the city now, boy. But they were both deciding to stay. They're more inland. And now it looks like the hurricane has turned and not quite hit directly over Tampa. In the most sort of critical parts of the storm itself. So they have dodged that bullet, but other parts of Florida have not. And I'm sure we'll probably get some dead out of this once they're able to actually get in there and because there's other people who want to stay behind. But it's like it's over Punta Gorda, Fort Myers, and this looks to be a little bit south of Tampa and looks to be heading towards Orlando. Nicole H said, Ian's be on one. Yeah, girl. How many you dated in the past? At a certain point, it's you. You realize that, though. 3 Ians in, you got to realize maybe it's me. Maybe it's the same Ian that you keep going back to. Anyways, this hurricane. Sorry, I got lost in my own advice. But yeah, this is it's one of those real ones where the reporters are out there and they're like, yeah, so right now the wind is, and it's like, bro, why, just stick the camera out the window. Why you putting this man's life in danger like this? Motherfucking stop signs going by like ninja blades. It's just, so I'm not always sure that they have to have a man like in the eye of the asshole of the storm itself, but kudos to those who do. It's a tough job, man. Gotta they're out there doing it. I wouldn't do that shit. I'll tell you that right now. Savage as fuck I am, but I'm dry as fuck I'm also gonna be as well. But to any Floridians who may be listening right now, man, you got I hope you take this shit seriously. I know it's seasonal for them. It's just one of those places where hurricanes hit. It's just you're in that alley. So I'm sure a lot of people were prepared to evacuate. or prepared to stay either way. But you probably get some transients, some migrants. This may be their first hurricane season. They're like, oh, it's rain, and the next thing you know, you floating on your motherfucking Tempur-Pedic mattress, uh, down to fucking Cuba and shit. So, yeah, man, it's one of those things where we definitely need to respect Mother Nature. I think they're saying this is like uh, the second Category 4 to actually make landfall in the United States. Um, I don't know, in like 50 years or some shit. It was some 92, I think was the last one. Sorry, not quite 50. Um, More like 30. Sorry, just off by a score. QB, I see you. What it is? We're talking about this Florida that's hit America's penis, known as Florida. Just watched DeSatan give a press conference, the governor of Florida, or as we know, Satan's pre-cum. And it was actually hurtful to hear him sound sensible. For once, just sound like a governor who had shit to do, and it's terrible that it takes you know tragic, devastating hurricanes like this to make a true devious. Well, I only say lunatic because he's so far right that it seems crazy. But to see somebody that I so vehemently disagree with, like DeSantis, on just about everything, from Cool Ranch Doritos versus regular on up. Yeah, to hear him sound like a sensible governor, it's a little bit hard to swallow, but it's what Florida needs right now. They don't need the banning of critical race theory or banning the concept of homosexuality or even speaking on it or whatever they're trying to do. I don't know. They don't need voting security, whatever. But they do need somebody to sensibly lead them through this horrific storm. And it looks like in terms of mainland, the Florida is going to get the brunt of it, and it'll head out sort of towards the Atlantic and affect the coastline a bit. But yeah, so even DeSatan is able to, and is able to sound like a leader. But that's not a given with these guys. QB wants to send DeSatan to the eye of the storm, and that's just the little calm part before it really kicks your ass. But wouldn't mind that. But when you see these radical right, conservative, fascist guys, at least acting sensible in a crisis like this, I think that was something that we taken for granted over the years, and it's something that we can't necessarily do moving forward, looking at the way that Donald Jesus Trumpty Dumpty handled the 2020 pandemic, right? Like through that, he was a disastrous leader, like a disaster of a person to have in a crisis, like absolutely unnecessary, useless lump of horse cum. So this will be an opportunity for DeSatan to prove himself as just a sort of rational leader, or to feign rationality, which will be unfortunate, both in terms of the devastation that will happen to the residents of this area of Florida, but potentially to the nation, as it might help DeSatan, the devil's toe jam himself, to actually look like a sensible leader to a large swath of American voters, as he's most likely poising himself for a run for president in 2024. So while Florida needs a solid leader, I want everybody to be safe. There is that that devil's advocate part of me that just wants this goddamn demon jizz of a motherfucker to Satan to fail miserably in the recuperation from the storm, which would hopefully hurt his chances of ever being president. But again, I don't wish that evil on you Floridians, unless you voted for Satan. Then I hope the eye of the storm and the eye of your asshole meet at some point. Maya Baker coming with that reel. He being Satan, is already blaming Biden for slow response after trafficking migrants to Martha's Vineyard. Yeah, you might want to lay low, as you have been moving bodies across. And I mean, you talk about federal crime. To go from Florida to Martha's Vineyard, I mean, that's across like 32 state lines or some shit. But it's also, I believe, his responsibility, Satan's and any governors, to request the help they need from the federal government, because essentially Ron DeSatan is the president of Florida, right? And he is the dude there, right? He is the number one guy there in Florida. So if you need help from the other number one guy, then you ask for that. Also, it's been 4 hours that the storm been going. It's like this shit is happening right now. So I don't know what you expect Joe to go down there, bicycle down there, catch the train down, and with a wet vac. Like, they can't even move. No resources can move in and do anything yet because it's shit's still happening, right? So it's like asking for earthquake relief while the house is shaking. Like, you got to get the ground to stop first. Then we can start sweeping up buildings. Maya Baker says he claims Biden hasn't called him. Sounds butthurt to me. Well, again, I hope the pain in his butt he feels now is only doubled when one day the storm goes right up his ass. I hope. But yeah, man, again, it's Satan's job to handle this, and if he needs help from the federal level, then he has all the power to request that. Then you begin criticisms if those needs aren't met. But I would imagine that the Biden administration would be quick to move on this, as they're not political clusterfucks who are like, well, Satan hasn't been my staunchest supporter, so I'm not sending him anything. No, they're going to send the resources that are requested when they're requested. And I believe FEMA, well, I'm not sure if FEMA is activated towards anything yet. I'm not sure, but I would imagine that the Biden administration is ready for that. And if not, then fuck it. We'll clown their ass tomorrow. You know what I'm saying? I have no problems with that. But best wishes to the Floridians who are there. And, you also got to understand that, man, not everybody has the resources to really evacuate or even hunker down properly. So, our best wishes to all of those people and safety as they battle through this harsh time. I'm looking at the tops of SUVs sticking out of water. So, we're talking about 8-10 foot swells of water. It's a lot of water, and it's a powerful element. Captain Planet would be a dry motherfucker without it. So, you know what I'm saying? QB, yeah, I heard about the Satan did there's a I'm sorry, I can't remember the name of the county, but like Glenn County or something Lee County. And I believe it's the only predominantly black county in all of Florida. It's in the Panhandle. And the only white county commissioner who was appointed by the Satan has been forced to resign. I can't say due to because he didn't say it was because of that, but um, has has resigned just after old pictures came up of him dressed as at a Halloween party, dressed as a Klansman. He had the hood up, yeah, but he had the robe. He was celebrating. I think had a beer in his hand or whatever, but he did resign, QB, and he was the only white county or the only white person on the county commission in Lee County, the only predominantly black county in Florida. Oh, QB says he had the audacity to say he will say why after the storm is over. Yeah, just trying to wait this one out, bro. See what this. The only person rooting for the storm right now is. All right, man. You know what it is, Savage AF. That's what we do, y'all. It's your boy Black Pedro. This is a Dro solo edition. I'm not even sure why Shang isn't here, but he did tell us yesterday that he wouldn't be here. Yesterday was his birthday. So, to be honest, he's probably recovering from a night of hard drugs and even harder women. And I actually don't know what that means, man, to be honest. I don't live like that. Y'all know me. I live clean, crisp, brisk. About to steam some broccoli and bok choy after this, man. I call it brock choy. You're welcome. All right, man. Savage AF, Black Pedro, Dro Solo Edition. Maya, you be safe out there. I see you bouncing. It's all good. Obviously, I've offended you. It's okay. You got sensitive on me. You changed. All right, man. I didn't pull in any pictures or any graphics today, so just stare at me and my wine sign behind me, and that'll be it. Maybe a cat will pop up. No guarantees. But man, we've gone from AEROSMITH to AEROSPACE, man. I don't want to close my eyes. I don't want to fall asleep because I miss you, baby, and I don't want to miss a thing. I used to work at an AMC movie theater in Detroit. The AMC Eastland Twin. What up, though? For all my East Siders. And that was, one of those movies over one of the summers that I worked there that came out, Armageddon. For those who didn't have a childhood or maybe weren't alive then, whatever. Armageddon. It was Bruce Willis, Ben Affleck, Liv Tyler. I think that might have been her cinematic debut. I don't remember her in anything before that. But the daughter of Steven Tyler, who sang like the main single from the soundtrack. This is a movie, huge Hollywood blockbuster, huge for the 90s, man. Just woo, big things, man. So here's the thing: somebody tracks the thing, the Mike telescope, and they find an asteroid in the sky that's going to hit the Earth in like 3 months or some shit, right? And it's going to kill everything, man. And so they come up with this plan to take a bomb and take two of our space shuttles. They go land on the asteroid while it's moving. First they slingshot around the moon, which is something they use the moon's gravity to whip around that high. And then to catch up with the asteroid, they land on the asteroid. And so they got to take a team of astronauts, and then the team. Bruce Willis is the best driller in America. Boy could find oil in a can of water. Sorry, I was making up shit. And so they take this team of drillers, Bruce Willis team of drillers, because they got to drill into the asteroid, plant the bomb deep enough to break it up in enough pieces, and then it'll go right past the Earth. Piece of cake. Yeah. Piece of cake, guys. Spoiler alert. They were able to save the Earth, but not Bruce Willis. Sorry, I get emotional because he's a big star. You didn't think he was going, but they let Ben Affleck live so he could fuck up Batman. I don't understand. Anyways, as implausible, impossible as that whole plot sounded, still does. You watch the movie now, you'd be like, bullshit! But it was fun. It was a fun movie. What they did is they sent like a satellite, and it had like a bomb on it, and they were able to direct it to. I'm sorry, when I say they, I mean NASA in real life. Now, the other day, in similar fashion to the Armageddon, although they did not need Bruce Willis or the #1 driller on the planet. And yes, WMA, it was a great movie, man. I wasn't down in the movie at all, but it was, it was some Hollywood bullshit. You'd be like, oh yeah, that, if asteroids really coming at the Earth, we fucked. How the fuck we gonna land a ship onto the asteroid? Have niggas on the asteroid drilling it like, come on, bro, come on, that shit ain't happening. But what is happening is NASA has found a way to launch a satellite at an asteroid, a moving object randomly in space, link up with it, hit it, explode a device, and then they were able to knock the asteroid off its course. And I was like, wow, that is remarkable. But much like WDMA Warrior, my next question is, but where do the asteroid go now? Because if you ever play pool, you ricochet one ball off the other. And then the ricochet ball, it's gonna go somewhere that you didn't necessarily intend for it. So there's that part. It's like now maybe the asteroid hits some other planet, and they're like, "What the fuck, bro?" But as long as it's not us, right? Fuck that guy. But this is a remarkable story and a remarkable display of technology, and also a remarkably irresponsible way to spend money, considering that Jackson, Mississippi ain't got no water. Motherfucking Flint still ain't got no water. Motherfucking niggas are over incarcerated. Ain't enough after school programs. But whatever. I'm talking crazy. Talking crazy, dog. But yeah, WDMA Warrior, I thought the same thing. I was like, well, but where do the asteroid go now? It's still going. They didn't stop it. It's not like they're like, hold on, asteroid, let me see your papers. No, it's just like, and now that shit is, maybe it's still gonna hit us, just in a different point of our orbit later in time. I actually don't think the asteroid was about to hit us. Actually, this was just a test run for the technology. So slow down. It's not like they, saved us from becoming the dinosaurs or whatever. Just be motherfucking what do you call those things? Fossils. Motherfuckers throwing up signs and shit. Just being like, hey man, we did it for the Earth. Don't worry, I'm a member of Kappa Alpha Psi. I'm a nope. I could throw that. I'm not a blood. Don't want to be one. Just happen to share colors and things like that, but whatever. Yeah, man. So Phenom Brown. Oh, Phenom always got a little conspiracy that she knitting into her little crochet blanket of motherfuckers say what. But she said, yep, just a test, so they say. But even if it was about to hit the Earth, they knocked it off course. But I don't think that was the case. I think it's more of like, they got a lot of money, a lot of research going on, and you got to fire. You got these hypotheses, and all that. You got to fire them off. So what are we going to do if we find out that an asteroid is coming towards the Earth? Does everybody get to know they God and tie up loose ends? No, we're going to try and launch something at the motherfucker and blow it up. It's America, baby. You think we're going to let God throw stones at our planet? Please. Please. That was weird. What if God is throwing stones at the planet? What if that was it? I mean, I'm an atheist. You don't know that, but be a fucked up thing to do. That's all I'm saying. But yeah, man. So that's, everybody rest easy. Now we can all watch Armageddon. Armageddon was one of those such a big movie that like they made like at least one other movie that was just like it. You know how there's sometimes they have a movie concept and like two studios make the same fucking movie. So there was Armageddon, and then later on there was that were like a little while after that they came out with one called Deep Impact. Y'all remember that one? And it's like the same kind of thing, but they like that movie was a flop to me because it like failed. Like the plan kind of failed. Like they didn't break up the asteroid enough. So some chunk of it hit the Earth and still fucked up a whole lot of the planet. But it was about, us being able to bounce back from that. And I was like, nah, nigga, just save the fucking Earth. Don't nobody want no half-ass saved planet. With Tokyo underwater and shit. Niggas got to rebuild the White House. Like, come on, man. Phenom Brown said they playing space billiards. Space balls. Okay. I see y'all got jokes today. Okay. Space billiards. Okay. So I didn't even go there. Space balls. But I did bring up the billiards restaurants earlier. So we worked together on that. I want my credit. Goddamn writer. But yeah, this is it. They've the NASA is now in the pool hustler, the space pool hustler category. I just think they're gonna have to call it. You know what I mean? Yeah, I want that 8-ball android in the Andromeda pocket. Yeah, we going straight over to the Galactica galaxy. I don't know the name of galaxies. Yeah, Milky Way side rail. We're going off Pluto. Okay, I'm going off Pluto. Bam. Right into Dionysus' nest. I'm sorry. Like I said, I don't know galaxy names or whatever, but Spaceballs. Man, we ain't found shit. That's like one of my favorite movie moments ever. Y'all remember when they was combing in the desert in Spaceballs? And then the dude had a big ass pick and he was like, he was mad for no reason. Well, he had to read. They was in them costumes, hot as hell, out in the desert. And they ain't found, man, we ain't found shit. All right, I'm rambling, y'all. And that's all I was going to talk to y'all about today. I always do a little quickie show when I'm doing the drill solo. But we will be back here tomorrow. It'll be a Thursday for y'all, 3 p.m. Pacific Standard Time. We might not be here Friday, but we'll figure that out tomorrow. But that being said, man, Savage AF, you know what it is. Thank you guys for being here with us today. And when I say us, I mean, it was just really just me. But yeah, man, again, we'll be back here tomorrow. In the meantime, stay black if you are. Do not be black if you are not black, okay? You leave that to the experts. Keep your finger out your goddamn nose, man.